Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. We're recording the podcast again. Welcome to Monster Jam. We're gonna attack your fucking town. That's right, this is urban assault. Get your AKs ready. Gah, 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 gah. We're taking them down.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
Welcome to Pocket Cast.
Yeah.
We played Monster Jam.
Monster Jam.
See, I got a little jam going on there. A little Monster Jam.
I like that.
Just feel it in my bones. We actually are re-recording this, and it's just now striking me like how perfectly we're timing the recording of Monster Jam.
Oh shit! Yeah. What, Halloween's
in a day or two.
Did I just say Halloween?
I think you said it right.
This is Halloween.
I didn't pick up on anything wrong there.
Halloween
is coming up. It's got absolutely nothing to do with Monster Jam. If the intro didn't give it away, it's about monster trucks.
It is.
Which is interesting also because I wonder if Monster Jam, with it being monster trucks, if it's the beginning of jams. You know, because there's like street jam. No, of the like tours that they do. Because Monster Jam is still going on, and it's a monster truck.
Is it like the
rally.
name of like a specific circuit?
I guess is what you'd call it, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's a race thing, but maybe also
a tour is what I call it because they have the Do Tour. You know.
Dude, no shit. That makes so much fucking sense. I always assumed I don't know. I just thought they were like, we jamming and we got big ass fucking trucks.
I don't know why a jam is where that comes in.
Yeah,
but
know.
Yeah, I wonder because I feel like I've heard that term used in other places for dirt bike and skateboarding extreme tours.
Gotta sell
like
it.
That.
You know, I wonder if perhaps, like, you know how, like, stadiums and shit are named after, like, you know, the fat cucks that paid for it or something? Or however the fuck that works?
Right.
So you get, like, the toothpaste stadium, you know, or the Tic Tac Man.
We were just at the Belco Theater, sponsored by Belco Bank.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah. That's
cool. We figured.
Fucking sweet.
So I wonder if, like, Mr. Jim Jam.
Jim Jam.
was just, like, a really big fan of trucks.
Mr. James Jam.
Jim James Jam. Wow. God damn.
Wait, not Jim James. That doesn't make any sense.
Does it need to?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a name.
Jim James Jam?
Jim.
Wow. I cannot believe I made it through that.
If your last name was Jam and you're naming your son James.
Well, maybe James was the dad's the grandfather's
well, I still
name.
think you're going to name your son James. What's the middle name going to be?
Well, so
because your middle name is James and my middle name is James.
My middle name is not James.
Joseph.
Yeah, that one.
It's Joseph.
It is a J name. Yeah.
It's a J name.
James
Joseph Jam.
James Joseph Jam. God, Jesus, that is hard to say.
It's not that hard.
I also
am
really flattered that
we named a child together.
Yeah. And included both of our names there. That's really fucking romantic, dude.
Yeah. We're Pocket Cast.
Pocket Cast.
You know what that could mean. Yeah, I always thought about that.
Oh, about like it being a vagina?
Like, well, no, like more of like a pocket pussy. You know, like a pocket cast.
So
just
vagina
feels a little just like.
That's literally what I didn't say it in so many words, but like pocket, like the slot, the slit, the pussy.
The bussy?
Or the bussy.
Yeah.
We take all types.
Yeah.
From the front and the back.
Hell yeah, and some bussy.
Do like me some sweet bussy. If you're listening and you don't know what a bussy is, go ask one of your kids.
That's actually really...
Preferably in front of one of their friends.
Accurate. That is in front of one of their friends.
And don't take no for an answer. Be extremely persistent, all right?
Edward, what is a bussy?
Dude, just your mom from the kitchen while you're playing, you know, on your PS5 with your homie playing the Spider-Man. Hey,
Wow.
Gerald, what's a bussy?
The chat just fucking dies.
Yeah, dude.
That would be the most embarrassing thing.
Instantly demonetized. Like, Mom,
you just ruined our Twitch income. And the mom just starts crying because she had all these stocks put into the Twitch account, and like the whole house is riding on all this money.
Oh, like they're just straight. Like, they've just mortgaged themselves into oblivion to finance their kids' Twitch stream.
Yeah, and it's starting to pay off, and then she just fucking
he like
swatted.
Yeah, Mr. Beast just did, like, his people had just reached out about a collab, and they're like, "Oh my god, we made it!" And then she's like, "What's a bussy?"
I don't see how that would really get you canceled, though.
I don't know, dude. It's 2023. You can get canceled for anything.
No, it's over.
Is it?
Yeah.
We canceled canceling?
Yeah, the tidal wave has passed. It's getting old.
You
now.
know what? I was about to call
because
bullshit.
Now because when you hear comedians or anybody talk about cancel culture, canceled this, no matter which side it is, you just go, and everyone does.
That is true.
So it's over.
So I was taking a shit earlier today, and I literally came across a video. It was a TikTok. We should just, honestly, I'm tired of having to clarify that the video that I watched was on TikTok. Nobody looks at YouTube anymore. Okay, like, unless you're going for specific information, you're not on YouTube.
That's not true.
Just go with this. Okay.
But, okay.
I just need people to assume that if I say a video
or reading, because he said the same thing for me the other day about reading something. He goes, "So I read this thing," and then he stopped and went, "Well, actually, I saw this on TikTok.
Yeah,
it was a video on TikTok. I didn't read anything.
And it's subtitles, so I did read it.
That is, your exact words. Yeah. And so anything, any content Ed is taking in, just assume it's from TikTok.
Just assume it's from TikTok
or his DS,
or my DS.
That's it.
Honest to God.
Yep.
I just need that to be assumed so I can stop clarifying.
Sure.
In fact, from now on, I'm gonna stop clarifying.
Cool.
What the fuck were we talking about?
Pussy.
Oh yeah, cancel culture and how it's starting to fizzle out finally.
Yeah.
Literally this morning I'm taking a little fatty, and I'm scrolling through TikTok, come across a video where they're talking about how this woman had started like a sushi restaurant, I want to say in New York, and she was not of a quote unquote appropriate birthplace in order to be able to do this without pissing off a bunch of
white people.
Yeah. And like they kind of started bombing her with bad reviews and shit like that, and then the internet was like, eat our ass, and just fucking she has like 5-star ratings, and like the people that were instigating this primarily against her are now like all their accounts are unlisted and shit like that.
Oh, good. Cool.
Yeah. So I was like, damn, I was gonna argue and push back on you, but like maybe you're right.
No, I think it is. Yeah, no, I think it was just an extreme thing that has to happen every now and again. And you saw it because no matter, it's a splitting of sides, right? It's what happens when you have a bipartisan fucking deal going on, and then shit splits. Right. They're all good, and then it has to move further away. And then as it moves further away, it gets crazier and crazier on both sides. And then it can only move so far away before it has to come back together or totally flop. It's like a house of cards, right?
No, sure.
It has to come back together. It's just a wave that you see happening. I mean, you look historically through. Look at the 60s. That was like the wildest just freedom movements and all that shit going on.
Nobody's doing acid anymore these days.
No, not enough, obviously.
Yeah, well, fucking clearly.
Also, mind you, it was just introduced, like, acid. This is the craziest thing here. When the Beatles did acid, it wasn't illegal. Or like maybe it was illegal, but like I don't think it was. I think it was still like on this fringe. It's like the designer drugs that you can get on Silk Road or whatever, where it's not illegal to have them. Do you know what I'm talking about? The CS. There's some drugs that are like LSD and things like that, but they're called designer drugs because they're produced to be they're designed to be just like it, but they aren't.
Yeah, they produce very, very similar effects with some, slight deviations because it's chemically different
chemical.
Yes. But it's like otherwise essentially the same thing. Yeah, no, I guess I was aware of that.
They say really if you're taking acid now, you're probably not taking acid. You're no longer taking LSD. You're taking like LSD 2A or some shit like that. Like it's all been altered so much already. Like it's out.
Dude, I want to get my hands on some of the fucking the OG.
And I guess if you know a person that's making it, because you can still make LSD, right? Like if it's a chemical.
Yeah, I guess I just assumed like somehow like we had lost the blueprints to time.
But that's not how that works, right? Like you could just, someone's making it.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
just probably unlikely. Your odds are just less likely. I don't know.
Damn, we need Walter White in this bitch. Fuck his blue math. I want some fucking
Some LSD.
I want some old school OG LSD.
Probably a lot chiller. That's what I would assume.
You think so?
Yeah, because the weed was way more chill. Have you ever done opium? Straight actual opium?
Yeah.
It's not as amazing as everyone made
No,
it
that's
out
a
to
good
be.
point. I remember, yeah, dude.
That
I remember
took down-
slaving away for so long to like make an extraction, and then like I'm like, dude, we're about to fucking start hanging silk curtains from all the fucking all the windows and shit. This place about to become an official den.
And you're pretty relaxed.
Yeah, I feel really stoned.
Yes, I feel extremely stoned.
Really great body high.
I feel like I did a dab.
A dab that has both like heavy sativa and indica properties, honestly. in my
Sure,
opinion.
yeah.
But not that I have any experience with those things to really know what that means, but
Right.
like just from what I've read about,
Yeah,
I feel
sure.
like those
Totally, those
characteristics
things.
apply accordingly. Yeah.
But so opium
Mm-hmm.
started a war. A huge war.
I know, dude. That's the opium I want to smoke.
That's
like,
what I'm talking
ruin
about.
my fucking life overnight.
So was life just so boring and bland back then that
I mean,
opium? Because did they have weed?
dude, weed's been around. Well, yeah, right. I mean,
That's what I'm thinking. They had weed,
I gotta.
but their
gotta.
weed was weak as fuck because they didn't have the grow light.
That's
the
fair.
setup
I mean, you
shit that we
just
had,
look at
right?
bananas from back then, or watermelons.
Yeah.
You're not eating watermelons back
No.
then.
No, because they're mainly just rind, right?
Yeah, it's just like the outer rind and then the white fleshy bits that are now pushed all the way to the edge, but like hardly any like of that sweet flesh.
Yeah. So
Huh.
I'm willing to bet that I forgot what we were betting about.
I'll take that bet.
Yeah.
On the same, we're not doing that conversation again. Yeah, we're both betting on the same thing. We don't know what happens because of that, and we don't care. We do care. Just
No, it's so yeah, LSD was way chiller. The
Yeah.
whole point that I was going to get to
right.
was that so LSD was legal. The Beatles took LSD when it was legal. The song Day Tripper is about getting, I think it's like not John Lennon, Paul McCartney.
Mm-hmm.
They finally get him to take acid. For whatever reason, it never lined up. Right? He didn't like take it. He never had a good trip or something like that.
Sure.
And then he took it during the day and he had a great time. And he had the only trip during the day. And like they're talking like you could just go about just tripping. And like tons of other people were tripping. And then especially in these neighborhoods where it was this movement going on.
Yeah.
And shit like that. So there have
Everybody's
always
doing-
been extremes.
Dude, that would be
That's
so fucking cool.
the
Because
different
I think about that all the time. Like, even if like all of the laws changed and even perhaps socially it becomes acceptable. I mean, I don't think we're full blown like nobody actually gives a shit. I think we get decently there in our lifetime, but not fully, right?
Right.
Like that's our generational trauma.
There's still going to be judgment. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they do say that if there isn't the judgment, if there isn't that paranoia pre-programmed into you, you're going to have a better time. But if you have it put into you, they said, I don't remember where I'd seen this, but someone had talked about, probably some dumb old hippie,
Yeah.
saying that bad trips didn't exist until it became illegal.
Damn, that's a really. I mean,
I
I don't buy
hear
that for a
people-
second.
I don't
but
either
like,
at all. Yeah, but
but I agree that it's
I like the
was a lot less-
mindset.
Yeah,
I like the idea, but
Yeah.
I don't buy it one bit because it's more. I feel like it's a lot about your inner,
yeah.
right?
Dude, I would absolutely love to take way too much and then just go somewhere crazy and
Like
not.
a monster jam.
Oh, dude, I think that's the only way you would catch me at one,
Dude. That's,
unless you bought me tickets.
I have very few notes about monster jams.
Yeah,
And I mean the actual, like, this is a comment about the going to an actual
Right.
monster, not the game that we played.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
going to an actual monster jam. Bad drugs, like hard, and I'm not even saying like bad drugs.
Are we like smoking meth
No, like, maybe, but
or
not
some
necessarily.
crack?
I'm
I
saying
would
like
do crack at Monster
crack
Jam.
at Monster Jam. You could totally see some dirty crack.
Yeah.
Right. You know, some bad crack.
Yeah, stepping into that little break in the stadium like bleacher set, you know, where you have your exit to the outer ring and just like hanging out in there, just fucking
cracking up, dude, and going out and watching it. Or I was even thinking just some dirty coke, just some bad coke.
So like,
Some
you
cheap
hit it
cocaine.
and then you're like,
That's
yo, there's a lot
messy.
more in here than just coke.
Yeah.
There's not
Just
much
a little
coke in this.
fentanyl, a little bit of methamphetamines. Like I want bad drugs. I want to huff some shit from someone's like underneath a sink.
Yeah,
I
dude.
want to have a rag of ether at a fucking
Dude,
that is
is
paint thinner.
yes.
Yeah, paint thinner rag at a Monster Jam.
Yeah, something that's going to
a-
be stuck to your face. That.
These are things I never want to do outside of Monster Jam.
No.
But in Monster Jam,
Yeah.
I think it would just go hand in hand.
I mean, there should be a law, honest to God. Like, you know how you get far enough into the ocean, international waters, right? There's no
You go into
no
a Monster
domain.
Jam.
But yeah, like once you step foot in there during a sanctioned Monster Jam event, international waters, anything goes.
It's the scariest place.
Dude,
just
could you imagine how
murder happening.
profitable Monster
You
Jam
have
would be?
you can go to the purge. No one is watching these trucks, dude. These trucks have retired. These guys just like sit there and they're just like, this is fucked up. We need to stop doing this.
Could you imagine trying to
we're making a
backflip
living.
a fucking 40-foot tall truck with like, I don't know, 100-foot tires, and you're just like looking out to your left, and you're just people are just all manner of everything. Like grandma just stabbed 3 dudes in the face before one took a bat to her face,
Uncle Joe is just
and then there's just like
fucking
a pile
tweaking
of
out.
people over there, and they're just fucking it out. It just all, and then and then you've got some weirdos that are just straight up there for the Gym Monster Jam. I fucking love
Grave digger. And no one fucks with those guys. No one bothers
no
those
way,
guys.
dude.
Like they are like the untouchables, which is funny because that's a bad term, but I mean it in a good way.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, not the the abject rejects from
Not the
caste
plague people.
system.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
the
that one.
mobsters.
Yeah, those guys. Dude, I feel like I've seen like witnessed a monster truck something or other in my lifetime.
I'm with
Like
you there.
there's
the
got to have been
vaguest
one of the bigger
memory.
rodeos or a state fair that I went to one time that had like
a state
a
fair
lifted
I could
truck.
see, but I don't think they do them at rodeos.
yeah, no, that's a really I said that and I was like, that's not what you
those,
say.
those are horses.
Yeah, those horses.
They don't do backflips.
Dude, could you
Kinda
imagine?
similar, though.
Could you imagine a freestyle like horse riding? And I'm not talking like barrels and shit. I'm talking like we get out a fucking we empty out the local pool, and these fucking horses just go in and you're fucking grinding.
Are people on the horses?
100%.
Wait, are they
it's like
fighting?
skateboarding but on a horse.
Are
And
they
these-
fighting?
They are now. They absolutely are now, dude. Yeah.
So take away the fighting. Go back to your original thought. Horses just run around. They jump.
I'm talking these are okay. So you know how like the Olympics then like when they started versus now
They have this.
Night
It's-
and day.
They have this.
they have skateboarding horses.
Not skateboarding horses, but like
And I don't mean that the horses are riding skateboards, right? I just want to make sure we're on the same
just
page.
these are like people are
Very
riding.
agile,
People are
very-
riding the horses like
Yes.
they're skateboards.
Like in like the bowl and like they're fucking doing ollies and shit on these horses. Yeah. It's just a lot of like jumping and like cool things, but like yes.
so you can stand on the horse while it jumps.
Oh fuck, even better. Yeah, they're like riding it like I was thinking
Like-
still saddle and shit, but like
no, you're standing on top of your horse.
fuck yeah, like well, I was gonna say like a surfboard, but it's still just a skateboard.
Yeah, either way, you're standing on it, and
Oh.
it jumps, and you have to like stay on it while it jumps.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, and then you're doing like dirt bike moves while you're
'Cause
like
that's the
when
only-
you're in the air.
that exists.
It does.
It
What?
does. Well, they just had it recently. in
How high
town.
are they jumping these horses though?
I don't know.
I'm thinking of doing like what's that like Superman move on the dirt bike where they
Their,
make the
their
jump
legs
and then they let
would
go.
break. You can only go so high with a horse.
Well, that's
It's
I
as-
know. That's
it's
what
as
I'm
high
like.
as
I'm
they
thinking of how
jump.
much airtime you need to have to do like a move like that. How are you doing that on a horse? Unless you're jumping that bitch off a cliff.
Dude, and I think you just shoot out, and the moment that you shoot out, you're pulling yourself right back into the horse.
Okay, so you do a little like point 0.5 levitate, pull yourself back in.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're probably doing some like breakdancing moves.
not in the air, but like on the saddle and
That
shit.
gasp
I've
was
seen
so
that
excited.
shit.
That was the most excited I've ever heard.
I've seen that shit, dude.
Yeah,
that shit
that's
is cool
awesome.
as fuck.
So it's kind of that exists already.
Yeah, I want to see him like grind a rail, dude.
How's a horse gonna grind? They do have.
We'll get him
on-
special
You
horseshoes
don't need special horseshoes. They have metal plates on their feet.
for grinding.
What more do you
Yeah,
need
dude.
for grinding?
I feel like they're gonna need a way to get more traction, though.
What do you mean? They just run, jump up. We have 2 rails on left and right of their feet. And
Yeah,
they just stick their feet out. And they're just going.
and then just fucking. Oh, dude, could you imagine the sound?
I think it'd be super smooth. I
It
think it'd be a
would
lot
be-
better than you think.
No, I think it would be awesome.
I think it'd be so satisfying.
Yeah. Holy fuck! How many? Well, so that's kind of what I was getting at with the Olympics analogy, or
Sure.
just
The
you know
best
when
of the
we
best.
when we put our mind to shit, like we're just like, yeah, fuck genetics, fuck physics, fuck the laws of nature, like. We're getting huge. We're getting swole. We're doing crazy shit. Like you look at
I think that's
any sport from like when it was originally concepted, and it's like, wow, that was crazy. One, they were literally out there killing each other, but like, it's a much different game because we remove, the as much as we can the ability for players in a sport to kill each other. But then it's still way more riveting, and like the athletics and the performance behind it are things that you never like.
you
You're
could
like,
never
holy fuck,
achieve
how the
before.
fuck did we
Like
get here?
Usain
Yeah.
Bolt,
And I just think we can do that with horses in a skateboarding scenario.
they don't have the thing that we have, and that's that
Brains.
ego.
The ego.
The ego. I think the ego is a large driving, like the id.
Oh, they don't need the ego. We're gonna like force them into this like training regimen, and we'll breed them selectively over.
See,
a few
and that's the difference
generations.
is that it's not someone being forced into doing those things. It's someone forcing themselves into doing those things.
No, I know, but that's humans. If you want to drive the most change with humans, you make what they want or what you want them to do.
Don't you
make
know
it
the
think
most
it's their
famous
idea.
quote about horses?
You can't lead a horse to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can lead a horse to water. You
That's
can't
pretty
make
much
it
what it
drink.
comes down to. That's
I'm just
the most
saying.
caveman
I think
version
you
of
can
it.
do.
Can't lead a horseman to drink.
You can't. You can lead a horse to the skate park, but you can't make him
Skate.
grind. Yeah, whatevs. I 100% don't think that's true. I think it's true when it comes to water. Because fuck a horse. If you don't want to drink, you don't have to drink. But I swear to God, you are gonna go back into that fucking pit and you're gonna fucking grind that bar, or I'll kill your children.
So just kidding. We didn't play Monster Jam. We played My Little Pony. And Ed killed his pony.
I killed a lot of my ponies. All of them. I mean, technically, but I just didn't get the controls. That was the problem.
Yeah,
I couldn't
it
figure
was-
out how to
yeah, it
feed
was
them. Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
controls, yeah.
It was not intentful on my part.
How'd you feel about the game?
Um.
Not the pony game.
Yeah. No, I figured you meant Monster Jam, Urban
Assault.
Yeah. It was okay. It was okay game. I feel like little kid me would have loved this game.
Yeah, I think little.
I feel like that's how a
also
lot of
enjoy
some of
that.
these games have been.
I think that's also how a lot of Monster Jam is.
Dude, I found some very varied results as far as like what I consider to be public opinion about this. Not only this title, but apparently what is the rest of the Monster Jam games in the series, which there is. Most people don't give a fuck. And they're like, it's a mad game. It's not a bad driving, like the physics are okay, the driving's okay, this and that between some of the various titles. But then you just have like a couple of people that bleed this shit. And they're just like, I found some insanely in-depth reviews. One of which was made like a year and a half ago. And it was like a 45-minute video.
Wow.
Dude, this dude is just like, I listened to the first 20 minutes or so, and like, this dude's still doing his intro. And he's just basically rattling off a list of shit that he liked before he actually got into the meat and potatoes. And I'm like, oh, wow. I didn't really play the game, but I have to fill an hour, and I'm kind of sweating. So I mean, power to them. Like I guess there's a handful of people out there that are like, this is my shit.
That's one of my favorite things. Derailing real quick. One of my favorite things about this catalog and going through it is that there is almost every game that we look into, there's at least one review, and it's just a fan fucking telling you how good this game is and why you need to play it. And like you said, they're all 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
They're not short.
These are works of love.
The one that was for SNK Card Fighters, it was like an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of conversation about that game. That guy fucking played that game nonstop every day, plays at least once a year, goes back. That's my favorite. And we find that on almost every game.
Yeah. It is cool. Like, honestly, I wouldn't say that we've played any games that I was like, I hated this game. There are definitely games that I just didn't care for at all.
Yeah.
But nothing that I'm like, this is downright some shit, But it's still cool to see, like, dude, for every like weird corner of the world that we explore through some of these titles, someone out there is rocking a big boner for it.
Yeah, and there's lore. There's lore for so many things. I love that.
I do really like, though, that we're exploring all of this years after the fact, because now, like, for most of these games, every piece of critical work in whatever medium has been written that will probably likely be written about this title for the rest of existence. And it's just out there. And now we can look at all the YouTube recap videos of like the lore of this game in 10 minutes. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not going to finish this game and I want to know what it's all about. And I love that.
It is nice. There are times where it's convenient. I feel like there have already been times where we've ran into that not being there.
There have been a couple, yeah.
Honestly, with monster trucks, I expected to find, and I couldn't find it. Maybe I was just looking up the wrong thing. But I thought they'd have personalities. Like the trucks would have like characteristics.
They do.
And but then I would expect. I didn't even get to that. I didn't even find that.
Oh,
but I
really?
just watched the wrong video, I guess. But then I'd like to see what those personalities, like backstory.
Mm-hmm.
You know how Overwatch does with their characters. I want to see that.
Yeah,
with
where's
Monster Jam.
the
WWE?
fanfic? Where's the fucking where's the 20-page comic book for each of the trucks that gives me their backstory?
Why is Gravedigger the Gravedigger?
So I hope I didn't misrepresent this. I did find some stuff that suggested that there is. To me, it felt very like WWE-esque in terms of like each of the characters, like each truck representing like a fighter, right? And
right.
like, wrestling is kind of like a soap opera, if you will. It's very performative.
Absolutely.
And it's as much about drama and acting and like, struggle between characters and, whatever.
It's just Dragon Ball Z in real life.
Oh shit. Holy fuck. That's a really good way of putting it, dude. With the occasional midget or little person.
Whatever.
I mean,
I don't take offense.
I'm so glad you don't. That's good. Okay. I guess if Fletcher's okay with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's
all
cool.
right. But I couldn't actually find anything that delved into what the lore of these trucks. The only thing I could find was like the occasional chronology of like a given truck, like the first time old Betty made her appearance.
Yeah, I saw.
And
those.
like then she had an engine swap in '86. Just the random like no, it's a whole different fucking truck. Like oh well, I definitely didn't think it was the same truck, given that I've seen a few of them fly apart in the middle of like a fucking. He did a double backflip and exploded. Yeah, that truck probably has to be redone.
It's never been killed. It will never be killed. Since before time stood, there was this truck.
Yes, truck. For on the fifth day, God said, "Let there be fucking truck."
He said "fucking" too. I heard
He
him.
did, and it was good.
It was fucking good.
And then he was like, "We don't fucking need anything else."
So it's always dark all the time
Thanks,
now.
God. It's always dark. Like, hey, we got trucks instead of the sun, man. I'll take it.
Take it. Good trade. Trucks have headlights. Would trucks have headlights? Would you have the idea to invent?
We'd be
something
dead.
with
We
light?
wouldn't exist without the sun. Like, there would be no life. I wasn't gonna
Come
say
on,
that.
roll with me on this one.
Yeah. But we can dream, right? If I could sacrifice, we already have trucks and the sun. Actually, I'm not even going to say it. If I could have, because I'll never own a fucking monster truck in my life. Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, so
Dude, even if I was Elon Musk, I would.
It doesn't seem that hard. You just have to have a shitty truck.
When was the last time you bought brand new tires for a regular vehicle?
I'm saying if you have the money.
Oh,
and that's what I was going to say, which is this is the funniest sport that it's only for it's like flying. It's for rich people to do.
Yeah.
But it's for poor people to watch.
Well, man, yeah. In that way, it's almost like jousting. I feel like.
Yeah, because jousting is for rich people to do and poor people to watch.
So hear what I'm saying. The knights. Okay, well,
I'm fucking livid right now.
No. Hear me through. With the idea that in a sponsored arena of any kind, the participants that are actually performing for the crowd aren't strictly speaking the financiers. They're not the wealthy. They're the brutes. Mm-hmm. They're the champions of the rich people who are sitting over there making money off of everybody else. Knights are not obviously the best example because
I know
knights
what you mean.
Yeah, but yeah,
like you're sponsored.
Not every knight that's jousting is going to be loaded.
I am willing to wager that you were totally correct because it's about sponsorship, right?
100%.
And that's where your money.
And so I'm drawing experience explicitly from NASCAR because that is the closest I've been to this type of thing up close.
I'm with you there, and I guess what I'm drawing from is the early days of monster trucks and monster jams. There wasn't even a jam yet, right? So
yeah, because these are people out there doing this shit.
These are people
for
out
fun.
there doing this shit. The guy just wanted big tires on his truck.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy that came around, and I wish I would have did notes on this guy and looked into where he is now. Maybe probably dead.
Yeah.
Close enough. I want to see how wealthy he
Close
is now.
enough. I mean, now probably, yeah. I don't know, though.
So, because the guy that found him, the guy that found the guy with the truck, or knew the guy that he goes, I've got some old cars. I bet we could sell some tickets to you driving your truck over these old cars.
That's where this started?
That's where it all started.
Holy shit.
That's some shit that's some shit Corey would do, man. Absolutely.
100%, dude. 100%.
It's this redneck but yet entrepreneur mindset.
Honest to God, though, like legit, like I probably wouldn't ever, like if somebody invited me and I was like, I have nothing better going on, or like if you bought me tickets or something, I'd go to a Monster Jam event, but like, I just don't see myself planning that on my own ever,
But if
you were like, dude, I got a big ass truck and Corey's gonna give us a bunch of cars from his yard, I'm gonna drive over him. I'm like, huh. Can we do it right now?
Yeah. Just give me, take my money.
Yeah, dude, I'll give you $100 if you let me come watch you do that.
please. Absolutely.
I'll bring beer for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would absolutely.
You load the stands. Just fucking do it in the high school.
Oh yeah, dude. Just like 30 people just like hanging out on somebody's lot. Just like we're gonna drive this truck over some cars.
Fuck yeah.
Be like 30 seconds, and everyone's like, "That was so fucking cool."
And then the truck decides to like, check it out. I can kind of do a wheelie.
Look what I can do. Yeah.
And then they just lose their minds.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it'd be like seeing the Michael Jackson moonwalk for the first time, but for rednecks. The first time somebody backflipped a truck. Holy fuck!
How did you do that? I gotta figure that out.
Oh, jeez. Could you imagine like blinking or like looking away for when that happened? You'd be like, "What?
What did
I miss?" Like, dude, you're just kill yourself. You missed it. Like we just saw. The rest of us saw God. Okay, and you fucking looked away.
You saw dirt. You dumb fuck.
Jesus Christ! I can't believe I just compared monster trucks to Michael Jackson moonwalking
and God.
And I'm not as worried about that one. No offense to God, I guess, or big fans of God,
or big fans of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, we're big fans, or Michael Jackson himself, R.I.P. Assuming he didn't.
Have
didn't
you
kids.
seen that theory that he didn't kill himself? Or that he didn't. He obviously didn't kill himself. Someone else killed him, right? With drugs and like they prescribed him or something. There's a theory that he didn't die, and I saw.
Yeah, he's down in the Earth's crust with.
No,
Hitler
there's like
and
all these
Elvis
pictures
Presley.
of these people that show up to all their kids because Michael Jackson's got like 2 or 3 kids. Towel wasn't that the name of one of them or something like Blanket, or is that a fucking?
Are you thinking
South
of
Park
Yeah, I was
skit.
like, are these South Park characters? But like, honest to God, I'm like Elon Musk named his kid like an expression.
Legitimately, Michael Jackson's child's name is like Blanket.
Jesus.
Or something like that.
I mean,
I think he's got a couple others that have normal
Steven.
names.
yeah, the
Abigail.
yeah, I'm like, thanks, Dad. Thanks.
Of course, Blanket.
Oh God.
So
That's funny.
there's these individuals that show up to all of their events and because they're performers, and shit like
Sure.
that. And so they're always in these paparazzi photos and they look weird.
Like Michael Jackson.
Some don't look. One guy looks nothing like Michael Jackson. He's just this fat old white guy.
Oh.
And they think it's like a bodysuit or something because the guy does look like.
Does his face look similar at least or something?
No.
Or they just circle a random dude in the crowd and they're like, that's Michael Jackson
Well, hey,
with a fat suit.
look at Michael Jackson from the beginning of his teenage to 20-year-old career to who he was
in terms
the
of his
2000s.
appearance. 100%.
Appearance.
Way different. Absolutely.
Way different. So, I mean, if you can change that much, you can easily like do some plastic surgery and then be a totally unidentifiable person.
Yeah, but then at that point, I feel like we are extra stretching some shit around. And like,
It's a theory that Michael Jackson is not dead and in disguise. It's already being stretched around pretty fucking...
that's pretty... Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not that... Seems pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, that guy, that's Michael Jackson. Like, that doesn't look anything like... Oh, well, yeah, but he obviously is wearing a fat suit and had plastic surgery. Again, because this picture taken a year before is also him. And I know that looks like a 12-year-old girl, but that's actually Michael Jackson. Plastic surgery. Look, they took out his kneecaps. Okay.
They took it.
But these are both Michael Jackson. I keep almost saying Michael Jordan. Every time I've gone to say his name.
Job.
Now that I've said it, we have to move on completely because I'm going to
We should anyways, right?
But I think Michael Jackson would have been a big Monster Jam fan.
I was going to say, speaking of Michael Jackson, we played Sonic that had the music with Michael Jackson in it. This game, I was just thinking about this today. What a place that should have had way better music.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Wasn't bad. Yeah. It felt very run of the mill, and I'm going to string together a bunch of different types of titles that I feel very same veiny.
Yeah, let's do this.
And I don't know any of the names except for Tony Hawk, like old school Tony Hawk. Just in that arcade like arena doing tricks, shit like that. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about the music or are you talking about gameplay right now?
Okay.
'Cause
When
we
it
were
comes to
talking
Tony
about
Hawk,
music.
not music.
We were talking
More
about
about
music.
gameplay. Yeah. But as far as music goes, like pick any of like the Tony Hawk ripoffs games that are about like quads and dirt bikes that weren't good.
MX Unleashed.
Yes, those. Yeah, the MX games. Those I'm feeling like the same music vibe. It's very
Close, but MX Unleashed had licensed tracks.
Oh shit. Well, I tried to draw it.
And on the DS, you've got, and I don't know where the time difference in these games are coming out, what the budget difference is.
Sure.
You do have a Tony Hawk game that does have actual music in it.
Yeah, that is true.
So,
Yeah.
I just feel like the music could have been. It was something that I didn't notice playing it, but now I took a few days off from playing it. Looking back on it, I'm not stoked on the music. I'm a little disappointed there.
Yeah.
I do also think this is like we said, this is our second time recording this episode. The last time I was really in defense of this game. I really was like, this is a great bedtime game. It's super chill, super laid back, and it has skee ball. And I love
It does
skee
have
ball.
skee ball. And like the individual levels as they technically are not I mean, like, your clear time is max maybe 5 minutes,
Yeah.
depending. I mean, like some of them are like the skee ball one is as short as you make it. You just have to use all of your
Turns. Yeah.
yeah, and then that's it. But so in that regard, absolutely, pick up and play a bit. Put down playability is there.
But I would say now, having more time away from it, outside of being a good bedtime game, 5-year-old me probably doesn't play video games. Now that I have a child, I have a kind of a gauge.
8, 9-year-old,
right?
10-year-old.
I don't know. I think you might get kind of bored of it. I think as an adult enjoyed it more than I think I would as a kid.
That's a good point. I think compared to the other games I had access to, like Zelda and shit like that, or Mario, and I don't know that this would have invaded in that space. What explicitly comes to mind when I think about me potentially having played this game as a kid? I think of like visiting family in a different state, and I don't have anything, but then like one of my cousins is like, "Oh, check out this game I got on the DS," and I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah, I'll sequester myself from the family to play this bullshit game, absolutely," and I'd be hella into it, and then I'd go home and never think of it again.
Or you'd always be like, "Man, that game fucking rocked."
Yeah, and then we come back to it, and I'm like,
with it. Yeah, you come back to it. This is not that great. I really had. However, I really enjoy the driving mechanics. Like you said, the
driving
physics
was
are great.
good. Yeah, physics was really good.
That feeling when you take off and it feels like your truck kind of sticks down to the ground.
Yeah, it like the suspension physics. I was really impressed by it. It looked and felt super real, which was, I thought, honestly kind of crazy. I was not expecting
That's
that.
not what I was expecting.
I was expecting extremely rigid models, like just a racing game.
See, and that's, I guess, I was expecting the graphics to be a little bit better and the controls to be a lot more tank and stiff.
I was super expecting the same thing.
They're really smooth. It's really fun to fucking throw your truck around, because they've got those. I told you about this, where they have the ramps and you throw 2 of your wheels on one side up on the ramp.
Yeah.
Because you hadn't figured this out.
No, I hadn't.
And that's how you kick flip your truck.
Yeah.
And you do that and you fucking throw a fucking turn in there at the end so you spin and flip it.
Yeah, dude, the air maneuverability was pretty insane.
And then you're just fucking flipping your truck around. That's great. I wish there would have been more things like vehicles to actually like hit and crush. And like moving, it's urban assault.
The destruction mechanics were pretty lackluster.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a town that's
hit something and it just kind of like falls over and disappears.
Or disintegrates.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah.
And there's like 8 different like environmental models for you to destroy.
Trees, you got signs,
cars,
boxes,
the occasional pane of glass. Actually,
panes of glass.
Now, those were actually pretty decent.
Those are all right. They did have more of a feel to them when you went through them. That's it. I think.
Yeah, there was.
You said 5, and I think that is. Still
there was not a lot of variety there, and I didn't really feel like the layout of each of the arenas, like the ones that are more like points based, like the purpose is for you to either drive around and do tricks or drive around and destroy things and rack up points, or maybe a combination of the two. If that was a thing, I don't remember.
I don't think they ever did. I think we talked about that, and it was like, oh, they should have.
They really should have. That would have made it at least a little bit more interesting. Because once you each round, like if I'm like trying to like rack up points, I'm either acing a level first time through because it's not really terribly difficult, or I just don't really know where things are, and I'm like, I haven't found a good spot where there's like a shitload of things to destroy or a good place to do ramps and get tricks. Yeah, and so I might have to repeat the level, and because now I know where things are, and I can just do better pathing. That was the bulk of the gameplay, and until you get to like those more mini game-esque rounds or levels where like you've got the skee ball, or the one where you've got like 5 it's a ramp, but it splits off into like 5 separate ramps, and they're all different heights and angles and shit like that, and it launches you onto you have to destroy shit, basically make it as far away as you can. It's the sandbag launch from Super Smash Bros. Yeah,
it's as far. How far can you go, and how much shit can you destroy when you hit the ground?
That one honestly pissed me off.
Yeah,
because
to figure out.
Well, I figured out that if you can like land perfectly, so that way like you flip, your momentum as far as the physics engine is concerned will retain a lot of it.
Oh, really?
Because if you land basically with your tires, it like sucks you to the ground and immediately puts you into full brake.
Yep.
which sucked. That was such a dog shit mechanic. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I
that.
didn't care
It
for
was
that either.
It was so stupid.
It's trying to get a more honest idea of where you actually hit.
Yeah, like they could have just extended the arena out and made you actually like roll for distance because it gives you like a slope and everything, but you immediately start. Yeah. Anyway, I think that was really dumb because it could have been a lot cooler.
Yeah.
But even like I'd get what I felt like was a perfect flip. Like you perfectly land with your ass end in the air on the nose of the car, and you just like immediately go into a full somersault flip. And I'm like, hell yeah, that's good. And then somehow it still sucks my tires down when I land the second time, and it just brings me to a halt. I could never like get true distance. Like I clearly wasn't hitting the max points, and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I was really annoyed by that, but it was still fun. Like I played that one the most.
Yeah, it's fun to go back to and try
better
to
at it,
be
yeah.
better and better. Yeah, it's beating your high score. Because the other high scores were not fun to try to beat again.
Well, there was like no incentive to, honestly.
No, and it also would be cool if the other monster truck that you're competing against is there.
Yeah, it would just give you an arbitrary name that has a higher score that you're trying to beat, and that's like an arcade cabinet.
Yeah, and at the very beginning it tells you, here's the score that you have to beat.
Right.
And at the very end it goes, Gravedigger scored 40,000.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You told me.
You told me earlier, and it was like, you did better than that guy, and you're like, yeah, I don't know. It just
I did better than that guy 10 seconds ago, and I was highly aware that I was already in the good. Like I stopped driving around, just waiting for the timer at this point.
I definitely a game that I feel like had so much more potential because they really nailed the driving thing. Like honestly, like it felt like driving the Warthog in like Halo 2.
That's a great comparison.
And honestly, I think it works super well because like my biggest complaint would be the turning radius, which is fair because you're in a fucking monster truck. But it's an arcade racing-esque style game, so you want a little bit tighter responsiveness. But like, you clip a corner or smoke something and you come full stop and you need reverse. It's so quick. Zip, zip. And you can back out of there and like it's super responsive. And like, honestly, that made up for that so hard. I didn't feel like, every time I hit something, I'm wasting 10 seconds to like get moment. Nope, you're fucking out of there.
Did you do the races?
I did a couple of the races. Those were honestly pretty fun.
They were fun until you just are like, there's no competition.
Yeah, no, there's no like AI difficulty setting or anything.
Like it's just I'm just blowing these guys out of the water. At first, it seemed like it was going to be kind of tough, and then
by the halfway through the second lap, you were like, okay, I'm ahead, and now there's nothing
no
they can
chance
do about it.
Yeah,
it's just like I need about 45 seconds to catch up, get past everybody, and then I'm unbeatable.
Yep.
Yeah, which is a bummer. Again, I feel like so much potential. They had the core mechanics down so fucking well. I think with some improved level design and honestly going after something like an OG Tony Hawk's game. Tony Hawk's?
Tony Hawk.
Just Tony Hawk, yeah. Singular guy.
Yep.
Tony Hawk game where you've got like little collectibles in a given map that you have to find and like you're getting score, you might be getting destruction. You can just do it all.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, singular person.
Oh, yeah.
So
I guess I was right the first time.
It is like, but everyone just calls it a Tony Hawk game.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're not wrong.
I think that would have made a really good game, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
More shit. Just be like, we're going ridiculous. Let's get ridiculous with
Sure,
it.
yeah. Let's give them all the budget where they've got licensed songs and shit. Yeah, like they can do whatever they want.
Well, and like we're in monster trucks. Fucking let's give some more air control. Let me just fucking flip this thing around.
Yeah.
Like what I'm thinking is more along the lines of, rather than Tony Hawk, more along the lines of Burnout.
Yeah.
That would have been more.
And that was our original assumption as to what this was going to be.
And maybe that's why I think
a Burnout would have been. I was definitely expecting racing and destruction at the same time. Honestly, I wasn't expecting tricks at all, really. Like, I was thinking maybe like dirt bike track level tricks, like where it's part of the course, but like doing like a monster truck freestyle like points thing.
Yeah, that was not expected.
Yeah.
Which, hey, cool, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's still not like terrible. I still feel like they just could have executed the whole thing a lot better.
Yeah.
And honestly, they could have left the graphics the same. I feel like the graphics absolutely could have been better. Who knows?
I like the graphics. I think You got to think about limitations.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of some of the other games that we've seen. Because this game, it felt like a cardboard universe. And I'm not.
But also, think about the size of the city when you're doing those urban assault levels, right? Where
they were pretty big. You're not wrong.
The buildings felt big.
Yeah, that's
you felt
true.
like I would like to see that with and I think that's why you don't see cars driving around. That's why you don't see the other monster truck. Because I would love to see that kind of space used for a first-person shooter, a third-person shooter, an adventure game. Because normally when we're playing those kinds of games, we feel kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And so the reason they could get away with this is because it's just a truck driving around. The buildings don't have to do anything. The
That's
trees,
true.
they don't fall.
Nope.
Do they? I think they just fucking
like the buildings.
Not. I know. I mean the trees and the destructibles. They just like disintegrate.
No, there's it's like a 2-stage animation where like you hit something. There's an audio something, right? Crash, clang, whatever. And then I feel like maybe the item would break free of its anchor and have like first stage of the animation would be like its broken form or its destructed form, and then literally it just evaporates.
It's just gone.
Yeah. It just disappears.
So I mean,
there might have been like an explosion sprite or something,
Yeah,
but it was
I don't
not a
think so.
complex anything.
Yeah.
It was very simple.
So I think that's how they were able to get, and that's why we won't see this level size again. I'm curious.
fair.
I want to keep this in
That would
mind
make
for
sense.
future episodes, but I think so far
Absolutely.
this is the biggest environment, the most
you might
open
be right.
environment that we've
Because
seen.
even like with a traditional racing game, like you're only rendering a little bit, well, maybe not at all behind you, honestly.
Yeah, just in front.
Just the
and what you're
mathematics
on.
of whoever's actually behind you. Right?
Yeah.
And then whatever's only so far ahead of you, and then that's all you're rendering at any given time.
Right.
And it's still very linear.
Yeah, it's a straight.
There's a lot of
small path.
verticality to some of these levels.
Yeah, and
actually.
Go wherever you want.
Yeah, that is. Now I feel bad with my critique because I actually very much agree with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think graphics were necessarily bad. I feel like mechanically they could have just made the game so much better.
Yeah, just things to offer to give you.
Or just the way they present the gameplay. Like on the one hand, I'm a big fan, especially with a portable game, of anything that I can pick up and put down.
That was the really nice thing.
And this definitely had it, but I feel like that was definitely. I feel like it hurt it. Like,
it did. I was
like
just
I wanted
about
to like
say that.
actually freestyle more, like really like practice my shit without having to necessarily be in like a tutorial or some crap like
And
that.
it is a very. It's almost like you said. It's too pick up and put down where it's very obvious when you're the in between stages takes almost as long as the actual stages themselves sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Just like loading back, selecting the next
Going
level.
through the menus. Yeah.
Total no segue given here for this, but did you happen to check out the sheer number of trucks you could unlock?
I unlocked a few, and I saw there was a lot that were still to be unlocked.
Unreal number of trucks, dude. I mean, I just remember it just kept going, like just scrolling and scrolling. I was like, what? There had to have been like 40 or 50 fucking trucks in there.
No shit.
Straight up, dude.
Wow.
It was insane. Because I remember seeing, because like I forget what they called it. It was the special point thing that you could get by doing. You had to like get your like cheer meter or whatever, your combo meter or whatever.
Trick variety.
Is that what it was?
I have no idea.
But you know what I'm talking
I don't
about.
know,
They
I
had some
don't.
meter. Oh, it was like a 3-stage meter that you could fill up. And like some of the
Your
shit that I
boost?
would do. No, not even your boost. No, it was. I think it was on like the right side of the UI maybe.
Huh.
And it had like the orbs that would like when you got through one of the checkpoints, it would like fill the orb blue or something, right? And so I didn't read any of the fucking tutorial shit, to be honest with you. So
Who does?
I don't know how the fuck you build that up, because sometimes I would just do the randomest stupid thing and it would be like, whoa, you just did 18 tricks in one go. Fucking here's one of these special points. And I'm like, oh, I was actually trying to, okay, yeah, I did that. Yep. So, but you redeem these points, or after so many, you unlock a vehicle or something like that.
I unlocked them by completing like the circuits, I guess is what they were called.
Oh yeah, there's those as well.
I didn't know about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know about that.
Well, because I unlocked this one, and I don't for the life of me remember. It was like the Black Stallion or something, maybe.
Sick.
Yeah, it was sick. I was using it because some of the starter ones looked kind of gay, and not in the fun way. You said cancel culture is over, right?
I don't know about on that
one. Dude, honestly, like, referring to something as being gay can be such an insanely awesome compliment coming from me. It can also be the complete opposite of that.
I've never heard you use it as a compliment.
Oh, like, dude, if we're doing some dope gay shit, like, I'm here for it. Like, if you and I were like, dude, we got tickets to the opera, and we're going full, like we rented tails and everything, you know, full tux, just headed to the fucking opera. We got those little fucking sunglasses, not sunglasses, those binoculars on a stick. You know what I'm talking about? Dude, that would be some dope gay shit.
I don't think that's gay.
Or if we went to like a live like shooting of or live recording, I guess. Well, it's video, so maybe it doesn't matter. Of like RuPaul's or something. That'd be the dopest gay shit of my life.
That would be, yes.
That would be so fucking
that I'm
cool,
with
actually.
You. Yeah, that would be. The opera? I don't think that's... No.
Dude, the opera's hella gay.
I don't think so.
Dude.
No.
I think the gays deserve to have opera. Like, I feel like they get to claim that. That's only fair.
I don't think so. I think,
really?
Yeah, no. I think that's like... It's kind of similar to what we were talking about earlier with the Mary Poppins, with the
women's suffrage.
Singing, the women's suffrage, singing with the maids and all that, you know? I think that's exactly what that is. I think that there's probably a lot of like gay performers.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But I don't think that there's... I have a feeling that your people attending that are of such a high class type of old money Puritan ass shit.
Yeah, but fuck those people.
But that's what it is. It's theirs. You can't just take it away.
No, I think we should take it away and give it to the gays. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but because you want to do something doesn't automatically make it so that it is that way.
This is half my podcast. I can do whatever I want.
Still not your world, just your podcast.
Yeah, well, if we can sit in here for an hour or so every couple of weeks and make pretend or about what I want to give the gays opera.
In your imagination world, sure, but it doesn't make opera gay.
Agree to disagree.
Fine. You've left me.
I'm just thinking. I'm just like I just think of opera as an extension of musicals.
Let's go back to Black Stallion.
All right, so I unlocked Black Stallion, and I just finished like a random arena or whatever. I did so many sick style points or whatever the fuck they were called. And it was like, hell yeah, brother, you unlocked Black Stallion. Get it in there and fuck shit up. And I was like, oh, well, I'll check that out. And I just assumed Black Stallion would be the first unlockable. Fuck no, dude.
That's how
this dude was like 20 deep. I was like, did I unlock it? Am I looking in the right place? And also, how many fucking unlocks are there, dude?
Do you have that thing in you? Because I had it in me where I got that first truck unlock, and I was like, oh.
I need to unlock them all.
Because you see how many there are.
Oh, dude, I was like, dude, I bet nobody's unlocked them all before. I'm sure they have.
Oh, yeah, the guy that did the 45-minute video on it.
Yeah, that dude's like, yeah, so in my first 6 years of gameplay, I unlocked all of the trucks. All 150 of them.
I caught them all.
Yes. That was a not so really subtle Pokemon joke reference thing.
I got it.
Yeah, you did. I figured you would.
Was I not supposed to make that joke?
No, you were. I definitely had it in my head that you somehow would overlook it, and then I could be like, I snuck one in, and I bet the listeners will get it. And
I grew up with Pokemon.
I know. You're the absolute worst person I know to be like, make a Pokemon reference that you wouldn't be like. You'd be like, yeah, wow, good job. The rest of us were doing that in 8th grade.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not like a huge Pokemon fan, but you say 150?
Yeah, I know.
That's Pokemon.
That's Pokemon.
151, I know, but like...
Wait, is it actually 151?
Yeah, because Mew.
Oh, fuck. Is it 152 including the glitch?
The glitch doesn't count.
Okay.
You can't catch... Well... You can
the glitch.
I did, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like super crazy hard?
No, it just breaks your fucking game.
Oh, gotcha.
Like it corrupts your file.
Like,
And I corrupted my
like on purpose?
oh man. Yeah, like I don't know.
That would have been worth buying a new cartridge, like to do the
You're
glitch
a child. You can't buy another cartridge. And
Yeah,
also
I
it's just the curiosity. It's the red button that says do not push. You know.
I get
What
that.
happens when you catch? I'm wondering. I bet a lot of people caught it, and you know your game it just corrupts your save file. It doesn't corrupt the actual game itself. So eventually you have to delete your save file. That might be your like old favorite because you can only have one.
And you have to be like at a certain point in the game, pretty like far down the line, in order to actually do the thing to get the glitch, right?
Yeah, because you have to have surf. And you have to be able to get to Cinnabar, which is the last.
HM?
It's an HM, yeah.
Oh,
And it's
I
like
do
it's a
kinda know
later
my
on
Pokemon
HM.
shit.
And you have Cinnabar is like a near end level, I would say.
Is that one of the starfish?
No, it's an island. Cinnabar Island.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
I wonder how you're actually supposed to say that because that's how I
Cinnabon?
Cinnabar.
Oh, Cinnabar.
But I don't know if
Cinnabar.
I want to say it's Cinebar.
Canabar.
But you know, it's one of those things where maybe that's not even the name of the island because, as I recall, all the towns are named after colors.
Well, couldn't
Your first town is Pallet Town, and then you have
is Palette a color?
No, it's the first town. It's like it's the town that you're from. You're from Pallet Town, and then there's like Lavender Town, and I don't remember the name. Sapphire. Not Sapphire. That's a game.
It is a game.
I don't fucking
I'm the
remember.
wrong person.
I'm
for
not
you to be
the,
looking
like
for
I said.
answers.
I'm not a huge Pokemon fan.
Yeah, fair.
I just
But you did pick up on the 150
yeah.
one rum.
Pineapple
Make baby girl come.
it is, isn't it? That's weird.
Well, you know the second half of that line is right.
What?
Make baby girl come out of her shell and raise hell.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but like I had to like. I don't when I hear music when I listen to music rather I don't hear I don't listen I hear, right? So like you could be like, hey, what is your favorite song right now? And I'll play it for you, and you'd be like, dude, what's this song about? I'd be like, I have no fucking idea. There's 4 spots in this song where I know the 3 words because that part is sick, and that's it. I have to like really like I have to put everything down and make an effort to like hear or listen to lyrics. And that one I did at some point. I don't know why. I really don't know why. 'Cause I usually reserve that, focus for things that I think
You just
might be
wanted to be able
important.
to sing along at parties when that comes.
That is
on.
such a fun fucking song to sing, though.
It's
Dude.
Tech 9, right?
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Tech 9.
Dude, the other Tech 9 song I know is the
I'm a player. I'm a player.
No.
Oh, I'm a player. No, you're getting
Threw her in the trunk. I
Oh,
don't know if that's,
yeah,
I don't know
yes.
if that's the name of the song.
in,
but
yeah, in the trunk. I
Yeah.
think is the name of it. Yeah,
Dude,
I know that one too.
I
That's a
fucking-
funny fucking. song.
That's from my Speedy days.
I
And,
believe that.
Like I was busting down a shitload of Hobson and like the Dirty Heads, right? Dirty Heads. Talking
Except
Heads?
that no, Dirty
Dirty
Heads.
Heads.
Dirty Heads. Yeah, it makes more sense than
Yeah,
Talking
yeah,
Heads.
not the Talking Heads.
But I always
the
thought Dirty Heads was like reggae, but I could totally be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's. I think at least. I think you could say heavily reggae inspired, perhaps. Yeah.
Kind of like Cypress Hill.
I'm sure I know a lot of Cypress Hill, but
It
I
runs
couldn't-
with that because
Yeah.
like Tech 9. I don't know. You hear Tech 9, you think ICP.
Ugh. That's one of the reasons why I never liked Tech 9. But then I heard Threw Her in the Trunk, and I was like, this dude got some bars.
Yeah. Tech 9 is it.
He just talked about like whapping a bitch and throwing her in the
a
trunk.
hooker too, right, or something like that. I want to say.
But house was hell fast, so he threw her ass in the trunk, and even though she hit a big plump, I don't know if he ever explicitly says that she's a hooker, but I think it could be very understandably
I
implied.
just implied that because like you hear that song and you think Grand Theft Auto.
I do think Grand Theft Auto.
San Andreas Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
Well, and I think we can at least probably agree that this woman is not a person that Tech 9 respects. So, whatever her profession may be, I think we can at least comfortably draw the line there. Yeah, it's kind of a disrespectful song.
It's a very
because I don't even think he just says that she was running her mouth.
I don't know.
And he was
I
like,
don't
I
remember
ain't
that
fucking
song at
taking
all.
shit from you.
Which is funny because I feel like I listened through that album more than once.
Interesting. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what album it is on, and I couldn't tell you if I know or have heard any other songs.
Nowadays I couldn't, but
I'm sure I do, or have.
yeah, like I'm a Player was definitely a big one of his too. It's Amadeus, but I'm a Player.
Oh fuck! Is that actually is that like where that did he sample that or steal it or whatever?
Yeah.
Damn, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn it, that makes so much fucking sense.
I don't know if it's like a Vanilla Ice thing where he just stole it, or if it's
yeah. We can't be DCMA'd for like singing licensed music, can we?
I don't think so. I don't know how that works actually. I think it's also got to be like a long enough clip.
That's
of it too.
fair.
So
I mean,
if
this could
you're
be a fuck around and find out. Like, what? We have to record this episode a third time?
Fuck it.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. We'll talk about this
NBD.
stupid ass game another time.
Yeah, that's definitely what we've done.
Oh man.
Well, I don't know. Do we have anything more to say about Monster Jam? Is like there's not a lot to say about it. I feel like
Yeah.
I liked it more than Ed, but I didn't even like it that much.
It was okay. I definitely lament its lost potential. I truly feel like they could have just, without really that much more effort, I don't think.
Comparison is the death of beauty.
I swear to God, if that's a you thing, are you stealing that from somebody?
I'm stealing that, yeah.
Okay, from who?
I don't know. That's
That
like
does
a
me no
famous
good.
quote.
Okay, well, I believe you. That sounds good as shit, and I think fuck that. This game could have been better.
I still say I enjoyed it for bedtime.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad game, and
It
I
was
don't think they
also
were
nice-
setting out to make the best game ever made.
It was also nice to have just a chill game to play. We haven't had a chill game
That's really true.
in a little bit. I feel like you have the list in front of you. Our last games involve Glory Days.
Quite a bit of stuff.
I know Hotel Dusk. Was that recently Hotel Dusk, or was that a
Hotel Dusk was good lord, so 4 games ago.
4 games ago?
So at our rate of continuous recording,
it was a while ago.
that could have been
now.
any time in the last 6 months.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like our last games have been a lot more pay attention, really have to work hard to win.
Yeah, and I feel like
And this game was.
I think our
for
only
babies.
other comparable game would be maybe WarioWare Touched.
That was
and
a
even
long time ago.
yeah, and even that one, it was still a lot more engaging.
We were still in the other studio for that one.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, holy
Yeah.
shit! Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah, we've been doing this long enough to have 2 studios.
Yeah, dude, we're like Joe Rogan.
Dude, I'm not putting out a podcast every other day or whatever
That's
the
gotta
fuck
be
it
every
does.
day, isn't
Dude,
it?
holy shit!
I would love to do that.
That would be cool. I'm
Like,
not.
that's your gig?
My
I
mental
would-
health is not that stable though.
Oh man, I would love it.
Like I'm pretty good right now, but I'm not like, nah. Maybe one day we bust out podcasts left and right, dude.
Dude, that's like the goal for me. I love that idea of having a different, and like obviously not this one
Yeah.
every day. That would be bad for anyone's mental health. The listeners,
Fuck, dude,
ours.
like I had to quit my job to play DS games full time to record Pocket Cast.
Fucking, that sounds terrible. That doesn't sound.
Dude, even if we
Great.
made it to a point where somehow this was monetized and like enough to, like, we're both like, we don't need to work anymore.
If it's still every 2 weeks, it'd be fine.
Oh my god, that would be insane. How the fuck would we generate that much income
Yeah, no, that's
from
not,
a
yeah,
from
no,
yeah
no,
from
it's
a
not.
bi-weekly? Jesus, that'd be impressive.
But
Yeah.
the idea though of having a bunch of different podcasts and having the time and ability to record all those and
because
be
I mean,
making a
all we're
living
doing
while
is
you're doing
fucking
that.
hanging out.
It's fun.
Yeah,
It's a great
fun.
time.
Could you imagine if like like you remember, like just I think stereotypically, like generationally, all of the different things that like men do to get out, get away from their wives, to go hang out in the garage and drink beers with their homies, you know, and like just how that has progressed over over generations and etc. And now we're just like, yeah, we just do podcasts, dude. Everybody's doing podcasts. Like, I want you to come and hang out with me. We're gonna record us being stupid in the same room. And
some people are gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, some people are gonna enjoy it, or everyone's gonna hate it. Fuck them, we don't care.
Yeah, either way, we're doing it. It's because we can't just hang out. Like men refuse to just hang out.
We just hang out, just talk about our feelings. Instead, I'm gonna give
Here's
you
a
a vague
microphone
analysis of
between
a
us.
DS game, and you're gonna have to extrapolate where I'm at. Like, hey man, you were a little too into Monster Jam.
How's your
You
mental
doing okay?
health? Yeah. You need to start seeing your therapist again.
Yeah, I know. Take my money. Take all of it. No, think we can wrap the bow on this bad boy.
I think so.
Put it back on the
Signed,
shelf.
sealed, and delivered, man.
Yeah.
This was a game, and it exists. So with that, let's figure out what game we're going to play. And we were going to go spooky, but we decided that due to time restraints, keep it on schedule with the re-recording and all that, we're going to go with a short and sweet game. This was a random pick, and it just happens to be a good,
Perfect.
short, perfect
Honestly.
game.
Yeah.
We're going with Kirby Squeak Squad. I have history with this. I love this game. I think this might be the game that got me into Kirby games.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have played some of maybe a couple different Kirby games. I've never played a Kirby game through.
Oh, they're good.
I'm actually man,
They're
I
easy.
feel
but
like every
they're
time I get
fun.
excited for a title, I get burned.
You won't. It's Kirby. It's great. I have never played a bad Kirby game. I played this game
Yeah.
and then played all of the other Kirby games I could get a hold of.
Oh shit. Okay.
And they're simple games. They're not a hard platformer,
Yeah.
but they're just something really satisfying
Huh.
about playing through them. I like them.
The older I get, the more I'm okay with games that aren't hard.
Yeah, I've always been bad at games. So
Like
I feel you.
I'll still get on Counter-Strike and hurt my feelings, but yeah. No, I'm excited for this one. I think this one will be pretty good.
It's good. It's chill.
I like chill.
I'm down for it. I'm excited. I'm gonna try to see if I can't get it on the TV.
Ooh, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Oh, dude, a little Kirby on the couch. Fuck yeah, dude.
I think Ren could get down with that.
Oh, I bet, dude. I bet the music's fire too.
Oh yeah, everything that HAL Laboratories does is good.
Yeah,
I've yet to be wrong about that, and
that's fair.
I'm sure I'll disprove myself
Yeah,
in a
hopefully
couple
not.
weeks.
No, yeah, this will be a good one. I'm excited.
All right. Have a good week, gamers. We'll see you in 7 days.
Hold us to it.
Please.